Hello everyone. In previous session, I have discussed provisions of redemption of RPS as per Companies Act 2013. Today, in this session, I would like to discuss journal entries related to important transactions of this chapter. Before starting practicals, if you are aware of journal entries related to the important transactions incorporated in the chapter of RPS, it is very easy for you to answer any question. Let us understand different transactions and their journal entries. The first transaction is always related to sale of investments. Invariably, this transaction would appear in your question. Now, when we are selling our investments, there are two different possibilities. First, we are selling our investments at a profit. It means sale price of the investment is higher than its cost price. In this situation, we need to pass journal entry bank account debited to investments account to profit and loss account. Whatever the amount we have received by selling these investment, it is debited to bank account. The cost price of the investments credited to investments account as investment goes out, and amount of profit received on this sale is credited to profit and loss account. Second possibility is related to selling of investments at a loss. As we all know that when we are selling anything, there are two different possibilities. Either selling at a profit or selling at a loss. Third possibility is at cost price. So there is no issue of profit or loss. Now in this situation, we need to pass journal entry bank account debited, amount received on sale of investment, amount of loss, whatever it is, debited to profit and loss account. So profit and loss account debited with the amount of loss, and as investment goes out, investment account is credited. So in this way, we can solve the problem related to sale of investments. There are two different possibilities. First is selling with profit and another is sell at a loss. Third possibilities also exist, that is related to sell at a cost price. No profit, no loss. In this situation, journal entry is bank account debited to investments account. So it is not that much of technical. So we need to understand these two transactions in order to implement the information given to us in our question. I am expecting these kind of question in majority questions of this chapter. Second, before learning second part or second transaction, it is necessary for you to understand these things. And at a second, we are discussing steps for the redemption of RPS. Once you are clear for the steps for the redemption of RPS, I assure you that you can score full marks. But it is compulsory for us to follow all the steps one by one. Step number one, it is all about making our partly paid preference shares into fully paid up in order to fulfill the requirement of Companies Act. Step number two, amount redeemable or payable to RPS holders. Step number three, it is all about arrangement of the fund for capital part, either by issuing new securities or by transferring amount of divisible profit to capital redemption reserve. Fourth step, adjustment of RPS redemption premium against security premium account. If amount of security premium is not enough, then profit and loss account. Step number 5, amount paid to RPS holders. Step number 2, we have completed calculation of amount payable. And in step number 5, we will pay amount to RPS holders. Step number 6, it is all about issue of bonus equity shares or issue of bonus from capital redemption reserve, that is CRR account. So to complete the solution of the problem, it is compulsory for us to follow all 6 steps one by one. Number 1, it is related to making partly paid shares into fully paid. Number 2, amount payable to RPS holders. Number 3, arrangement of the fund for capital part. Number 4, arrangement or RPS redemption premium written off. Number 5, payment to RPS holders. And number 6 and last, utilization of CRR for the issue of bonus shares. If you take care of these 6 steps carefully, I assure you that you can score full marks in final examination. Let us learn all 6 steps one by one with their journal entries. Step number 1, make a call to convert partly paid RPS into fully paid shares. This step is applicable only in the case if redeemable preference shares are partly paid up. Here we are working for exhaustive understanding. It means we will pass journal entries for each and every possible transaction. After that, it is applicable to us in our question or not, that we will decide based on the information available to us. First step is related to making final call on RPS. So journal entry, final call on RPS account debited to RPS capital account. So first we will make a final call on RPS. Second, we have received amount from the shareholders on final call. Bank account debited to final call on RPS account. In this way, to make a final call on partly paid preference shares, we need to pass two journal entries. First, related to making a final call, and second, that is amount received on final call. As we all are learning accountancy from standard 11 onwards, you can easily eliminate the factor. So instead of these two, you will find in so many reference books journal entry like bank account debited to RPS capital account. How it is possible? In a first entry, we have opened a temporary account called final call on RPS, and in second, final call on RPS account is credited. So debit amount and credit amount. So final call account automatically eliminated. So in a few books, you will get two different entries. Bank account debited to RPS capital account. Or we need to pass our entries into two parts. Final call on RPS account debited to RPS capital account, and bank account debited to final call on RPS account. In initial questions, I will discuss direct entry, and at a later on, I will cover both the entries so as you can come to know about procedures. But this is the process of making partly paid shares into fully paid. This is all about step number 1 that we have discussed. Step number 2 is related to amount payable to RPS holders, including RPS redemption premium, if any. It means if amount is redeemable at premium, it is included. Otherwise, we need not to cover RPS redemption premium. Now, journal entry for amount payable to RPS holders. RPS capital account debited, RPS redemption premium account debited to RPS holders account. Generally, equity share capital, preference share capital, or any other share capital credited by the company at the time of issue. But in our case, we are in the stage of redemption, maybe on maturity or maybe as per the choice of the company. So we need to pay this amount back to the shareholders. So here share capital is debited. If these shares are redeemed by the company at redemption premium, means the company is ready to pay additional amount on RPS. So this item is referred to as loss, and amount of loss is always debited. So RPS redemption premium account debited to amount payable to the owners of the share to RPS holders account. If redemption is at par without any premium, then journal entry is very simple. RPS capital account debited to RPS holders account. But we need to learn all concepts with exhaustive understanding so as in future you can modify all the transactions at your own. Step number 3. This is most important step of RPS and it is related to arrangement of the fund for capital part. As per the provisions of Section 80 of the Companies Act, the company can redeem its redeemable preference shares out of new issue of security or fresh issue of security. I have prescribed over here the meaning of security. It may be equity, it may be preference, or it may be debentures. So, it is not necessary that for the purpose of redemption the company has to issue only equity. Now, when the company is issuing new security, equity, preference, debenture, whatever it is, there are 3 different possibilities incorporated with this issue. Company may issue securities at par, at premium, or at a discount. I hope all of you are clear. The first option is to collect the fund in order to redeem RPS is issuing new or fresh securities. And for the purpose of issue of new securities, there are 3 options available to the company. Company may exercise any of the option. We will discuss entries for all these 3 transactions at a later stage. And the second part, the company may transfer amount to capital redemption reserve, that is CRR, a special account opened for the redemption of RPS, and the company has to transfer amount from divisible profit to CRR, means general reserve, profit and loss account, or any other free reserve can be utilized for the creation of capital redemption reserve, that is CRR. So this chart is the most important for you to understand and also to keep in your mind in order to understand the adjustment of fund for capital part. Let us move to the journal entry. As we know that there are 2 different options available to us. And the first option available to us that we have discussed just before a few minutes, issue of new or fresh security. For the purpose of issue of fresh security, we have 3 different options. Either we can issue securities at face value, or you can say at par, at premium, or at discount. These journal entries are very common for the students of commerce because it was incorporated in the syllabus of standard 12th. When you issue securities at par, bank account debited to equity / preference / debenture account, whatever the security issued by the company in order to redeem RPS. When securities issued by the company at premium, bank account debited to equity or preference or debenture account to securities premium account. Now we are not using the term share premium. Now share premium transformed to securities premium with broader aspect of understanding. And last, when the securities are issued by the company at discount, bank account debited, amount of discount is also debited to equity or preference or debenture, whatever the security is issued by the company. So there are three different options associated with this calculation, and we have passed entries for all three varieties options. If you remember all three entries, I am for sure that you can encounter all problems given in your book, because this is exhaustive understanding. When the company is issuing a security, the company has to adopt any one method out of these three. Second part of the adjustment for capital part. We have already issued a new security. So now it is time to transfer something out of divisible profit or amount available to distribute as dividend to a specialized account called Capital Redemption Reserve, CRR. We can transfer amount from general reserve, credit balance of profit and loss account, or any other free reserve. Sometimes it is referred to as internal source of collection of fund. General reserve account debited as the amount of general reserve is utilized. Profit and loss account debited as the amount utilized from the credit balance of profit and loss account. So it is debited, or any other reserve account given to us in our question, which is covered under the definition of free reserve, to Capital Redemption Reserve account, that is CRR. In this way, we can complete our step number 3, arrangement of the fund for capital part. One of the most important adjustment, and two types of transactions are associated with this adjustment. First, related to new issue, and second, related to transfer to Capital Redemption Reserve account. With this, our step number 3 comes to an end. Step number 4. It is related to adjustment of RPS redemption premium. If we have redeemed our RPS at redemption premium, it is necessary for us to adjust the amount of RPS redemption premium. As per the rule, first we need to utilize amount of security premium account, and if security premium account is not given, or the amount of security premium is not enough, sufficient to meet our requirement, we can utilize amount from profit and loss account. So first we need to utilize security premium. Journal entry: securities premium account debited, profit and loss account debited to RPS redemption premium account. At the time of step number 2, we have decided to pay RPS at redemption premium, and in step number 4, we have adjusted amount of RPS redemption premium. As per the provisions of the Act, we need to adjust everything, and after adjustment for capital part in step number 3 and redemption of premium in step number 4. Now we are at the point of payment. In step number 5, we need to pay amount to RPS holders. Very simple journal entry for the payment to RPS holders. RPS holders account debited to bank account. Generally, in case of company, all the transactions are executed through bank account, not in cash. So take care of this thing. I have debited RPS holders account over here, and it is credited with bank account because we have paid amount to RPS holders using our bank account. So the process of RPS is over with the payment, but our process of calculation is extended for one more step, and this step is all about issue of bonus shares from the balance of CRR account, capital redemption reserve account. Into bracket, I have mentioned in clear words, if any, as per instruction. इसका मतलब यह है कि आपको दिया गया जो क्वेश्चन है वो आपको अच्छे से पढ़ना है. अगर क्वेश्चन में यह क्लियर कट लिखा है कि कंपनी बोनस इश्यू करना चाहती है तो ही हम बोनस इश्यू करेंगे, वरना हम स्टेप नंबर 6 का इस्तेमाल नहीं करेंगे. If it is clearly mentioned in the question that company would like to issue bonus shares, we will issue bonus. Otherwise, we are not supposed to follow step number 6. So always focus on your question, read your question very properly, and then start your calculations. When we are issuing bonus, first we need to declare the bonus, or we need to announce the bonus, because the process of bonus distribution is not simple in case of a company, because in case of company owners are different and management is different. So the first of all, company would like to announce or declare the bonus. So the company will declare the bonus first, and company will allot the bonus shares at second. So there are two different entries associated with issue of bonus shares. So let us announce the bonus. Capital redemption reserve account debited to bonus to shareholders account. Here, with the impression, I have prepared this journal entry that the company has utilized its CRR. Along with CRR, company may utilize general reserve, profit and loss account in order to issue bonus. So in this particular transaction, our journal entry may be CRR account debited, general reserve account debited, profit and loss account debited to bonus to shareholders account. It means company may issue bonus from any of the sources available to the company. But as far as RPS redemption is concerned, I just want to draw your attention that the amount of CRR can be utilized for the purpose of bonus issue. So the first priority is given by the company to its CRR. At this point, I would like to discuss one more provision. Company can issue new bonus shares or fresh bonus shares out of CRR. But if shares are partly paid up and company would like to issue bonus to complete the shares in fully paid up form, we cannot utilize amount of CRR as a bonus. अब अच्छे से समझो, CRR का इस्तेमाल सिर्फ फुल्ली पेड अप नए बोनस शेयर्स इश्यू करने के लिए ही हो सकता है। अगर आपके पास 100 रुपए का एक शेयर है जिसपे कंपनी ने 90 रुपए ऑलरेडी ले लिए हैं, मतलब 10 रुपए अभी बाकी है, कंपनी ये चाहती है कि हम शेयर होल्डर से 10 रुपए ना लें, उन लोगों को 10 रुपए हम बोनस दे दें ताकि शेयर होल्डर्स भी खुश हो जाएं और कंपनी को कोई दिक्कत भी ना आए। सो दिस ट्रांजैक्शन इज नॉन एज कन्वर्जन ऑफ partly paid equity shares into fully paid up equity shares with the help of bonus। इसे क्या कहा जाएगा? जो पार्टली पेड शेयर्स हैं उसे बोनस का इस्तेमाल करके आप फुल्ली पेड अप शेयर्स में कन्वर्ट करो। आई एम वेरी सॉरी टू से, इफ यू वांट टू डू दिस काइंड ऑफ bonus activity, bonus transaction, you cannot utilize CRR। अगर आप पार्टली पेड अप शेयर्स को बोनस देके फुली पेड अप शेयर्स में कन्वर्ट करना चाहते हो तो आप CRR का इस्तेमाल नहीं कर सकते हो। CRR can be utilized only for the purpose of new or fresh bonus issue, not to convert partly paid equity shares into fully paid by issuing the bonus। हाँ, अगर आप पार्टली पेड को फुली पेड में कन्वर्ट करना चाहते हो तो आप जनरल रिजर्व का इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस का इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो, or any other free reserve available to the company can be utilized for that kind of bonus, not CRR। आप कोई भी रिजर्व इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो जो फ्री है, मतलब जो प्रॉफिट डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के लिए अलाउ है, लेकिन आप CRR का इस्तेमाल नहीं कर सकते हो। आपको ये चीज बड़े अच्छे से याद रखनी है क्योंकि बहुत कम क्वेश्चन में ये पॉइंट ट्विस्ट करके दिया है। एंड अलॉटमेंट ऑफ द बोनस, बोनस टू शेयर होल्डर्स अकाउंट डेबिटेड टू इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल अकाउंट। नाउ इफ यू कंपेयर फर्स्ट टू जर्नल एंट्रीज अवेलेबल ऑन योर स्क्रीन, you can easily say that in a second entry bonus to shareholders account is debited and in first entry bonus to shareholders account is credited. It means this account is temporary and you can eliminate these entries if you want to combine both of these entries. In this particular situation, when you combine this entry, what will be the journal entry for your transaction? Capital redemption reserve account debited to equity share capital account. Clear? In a few books, few reference books, you will find these kind of direct entry. But we will follow both the pattern at initial level of discussion. It means for a few questions in the beginning, I will pass direct entry. Direct entry means capital redemption reserve account debited to equity share capital account. And at the later part, we will pass both the entries one by one. First for announcement and second for allotment. Because at initial level, our purpose is to learn something related to the procedure. So I can pass combined entry or I can pass two separate entries, right? But you need to keep both these entries in your mind. I hope all of you are clear with all the journal entries related to the redemption of RPS. View this session twice, thrice, or as many as possible time, because this is fundamental of the chapter. If you are clear for all journal entries and concerned transactions, I assure you that you can score full marks in final examination. In next session, I will explain all the steps using practical example. See you in next virtual class. Thank you. God bless you. Keep learning. Keep growing.